Howdy, YouTube. Hi, Diego. How's my little buddy doing today? Come on, let's go cook something up with Grandpa. And basically, your trick here is to put as few of these in and still get it to start. Because this big chimney is designed for a big offset. It is not designed for a little kettle grill, and if you put all that in there, it's going to be so hot, you're going to have problems. So I put it into near the top of these holes, not quite all the way that high. And then I'm going to put paper down here, down below, and I like to start off with one sheet at a time and just kind of feed it, because that tends to create more flame and gets your stuff going quicker. And it's all about speed. Alright, one piece of paper, not real tightly wadded so it'll burn better. Sometimes this lighter has to preheat. There it goes. Gets that red thing. There she blows. Now how this works is the heat comes up through the charcoals and gets it hot and going. So we want a nice hot fire. If we wad up 3 or 4 of these and stuff in there, we're not going to get good flames going through there. And it'll take a lot more effort and a lot longer to get your fire going. It'll still probably work okay, but this is a way to speed up your whole process. It does require a certain amount of mental dexterity. Alright, so as you can see down in there now, the briquettes are burning on their own, and they're putting off a bad odor, as briquettes often do. The ones that you get at Trader Joe's tend to not put off such a bad odor, but that's why you gotta let these burn till they turn a little ashen, a little ashed over, and then once they're at that stage, you will be able to utilize them for cooking. Alright, so as you can see now, the briquettes are grayed over and really going good, so I'm just going to dump those up against the edge. That's a little more than what I really wanted to do. More briquettes than I wanted going, so I'm just going to put the lid on and the grill on and let these burn down a bit before I put the wood pellets over the top, and then we'll have our ribs going. Thank you for watching. See you later, YouTube. Bye, Diego. Alright, I had an interruption right as I put these coals on. And I basically put the coals on, and then I put the lid on, and I closed the lid without any air pockets, so it would keep the fire barely going. As a result, we've lost almost all of our coals here. I'm just going to move them this way. Now we got to get that ash out of there so we have air pockets to breathe properly. So we're just going to scrape some of this ash down into the ash bucket where it belongs. Then I'm going to lay some new coals down here and get these little other ones underneath them first, and we'll start this whole process of starting my barbecue all over again. And this time we'll do it the competition style, where you use already burning briquettes to light non-burning briquettes. And this is an apple switch that I happen to like using to poke my coals around with. Now we made an air pocket. We'll redial the grill so these coals get air, thus starting them off again. We'll work on getting the ash out of here somewhat. We want an ash pocket, an air pocket, to get these coals going. And the cool thing about briquettes is they just kind of naturally make their own air pocket. I'm just going to put the lid on here and let it go for about a half an hour. Alright, step one. I take an empty Knox Spice Yummy chicken container, and I take my garlic powder, onion powder, and where the heck did that bottle go? My new Knox Spice. Water pan. Some people go to the extra expense of using juice, saying it provides another flavor. I don't think you're going to see that if you're using a mustard rub, because the mustard pretty much puts a barrier between yourself, your flavors, and your meat. Anything that goes on the outside of this mustard rub is going to be prohibited by the mustard itself from actually going into it. The top 1/8 of an inch will penetrate, and that's all you're going to need, because it's ribs. There's not a lot of thick meat in there. Your thickest piece is probably 1 inch. So if you can get 1/8 of an inch in there, you're doing good. And if you can maintain your moisture, getting that mouth-watering, juicy, good flavor, you're there. That's why most of the world champions use this kind of a method. Alright. We're getting ready to put these ribs on, and I always like to just give it another quick wipe down with a paper towel to get any of that good grease, grill grease off. I don't worry about where I put the meat at, because I want a nice lubricant on the rest of it. We don't need it too much. You can go like that too if you want. But if you're doing low and slow, you're not getting it really hot, it might not burn it off, so you have to improvise. And I am going to simply dump these ribs like that. And that's it, folks. We are ready to go. We are going to barbecue these low and slow. We got a nice healthy amount of smoke going. We'll put the vents on this other side here.